Kayla Barreiro,
Jabril Besiso,
Zakiah Word,
Noah Gosan,
and Isabel Ordonez. Many individuals have revolutionized the production of cars. Individuals such as Henry Ford, the Dodge brothers, and Ransom E. Olds are just a few that have contributed to the revolution of the automobile. Henry Ford was determined to build a simple, reliable, and affordable car, a car the average American worker could afford. Out of this determination came the Ford Model T and the assembly line, two innovations that revolutionized American society and molded the world we live in today. As a result, Ford Motors sold more cars and steadily increased its earnings, transforming the automobile from a luxury toy to a mainstay of American society. The Dodge brothers brought a new concept into the engine building of the automobile. They also enhanced many different car parts. John and Horace Dodge, machinists by trade, set up a small shop in Detroit, Michigan at the turn of the century and began to manufacture engines and transmissions for Olds Motor Works. When Henry Ford began his third try at making automobiles in 1903, the brothers decided to throw in their lot with him. This continued through 1912. In 1913, they decided to go on their own and create a car company named after them, Dodge Brothers. Ransom E. Olds claimed to have built his first steam car as early as 1894 and built his first gasoline-powered car in 1896. Olds was the first person to use the assembly line in the automotive industry. This new approach to putting together automobiles enabled him to more than quintuple his factory's output from 425 cars in 1901 to 2,500 in 1902.
The two technology branches associated with planning production in factories are called industrial engineering and manufacturing engineering. Industrial engineers focus on the human aspect of production, such as the productivity of factory workers, while manufacturing engineers try to improve the efficiency of the production of a product by improving the quality of the machines that create it. Manufacturing engineers must use several skills, including technical skills, which include the overall knowledge of engineering and the specific component that one is working in, problem-solving skills, which are quite simply the ways that a person can find solutions to problems that may prevent workers from doing their jobs, and communication skills, which are the ways that one can cooperate with co-workers to help complete a task. While industrial engineers may use some of these techniques, there are actually many more techniques and ideas that they can implement in their jobs. Notable pioneers of industrial engineering include Frederick W. Taylor, who introduced the time and motion study in 1881, which is used to check the time it takes for a worker to do a job or series of jobs. In 1911, he published his book titled The Principles of Scientific Management, which introduced, the 4 principles of scientific management, designed to alter and ultimately simplify the tasks of workers, which in turn increases their productivity. In 1917, Henry Lawrence Gantt further contributed to the theory of scientific management by creating the Gantt chart, which is designed to compare the actual progress of a project to the estimated or scheduled progress of a project. Frank Bunker Gilbreth Sr., another early industrial engineer, provided another new process that helped to further increase the productivity of workers. He would observe a worker's routines and, using a stopwatch as well as observational skills, would formulate ideas that could help make the workers' processes more efficient, in turn increasing production and reducing the manufactured product's cost.
As the automobile went through the years, they have changed the world in a positive and negative ways. Motels were a part of contribution of automobiles. There was a motor hotel where you can park your car in the garage and you'll sleep in your car. Automobiles are designed for sleeping overnight for long road trips. That's why they are called motels. You know how Sonics works where you don't have to get out your car? Well, the United States was the first to have a drive-in restaurant in 1921. It was called the Pig Stand. Then came a lot of drive-in things like drive-in movies, drive-through banks, and convenience stores. Automobiles has helped the United Kingdom, Japan, France, Italy, Sweden, and Germany with international trade. There are three negative aspects pertaining to automobiles. The three ways are air pollution, traffic jams, and highway accidents.
Two men created a product that helped many people get rid of a problem they might have. This problem was on their faces. It was called facial hair. The two men were King Camp Gillette, who was born on January 5th, 1855 in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and William Emerson Nickerson. Together, they formulated the world's first disposable razor blade in 1901. Gillette marketed it as a product that's easy to buy, easy to use, and easy to throw away. When he was being interviewed in 1903, the razor business exploded ever since then, and more razor companies rose up and became popular. Companies like Schick, BIC, Braun, Philips, etc. Because of the disposable razor and its popularity, the public's perception of hygiene and beauty changed. Today, men are expected to shave their mustaches and beards, and women are expected to shave their legs.
In 1672, the first car was designed by Ferdinand Verbiest. In 1766, the British Soho manufactory became the first factory to implement the assembly line. In 1807, Nicephore Niepce and his brother Claude made the first car with an internal combustion engine.
In the 1850s, Samuel Colt became one of the first Americans to implement the assembly line in gun production. In 1855, King Camp Gillette was born in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
In 1881, Frederick W. Taylor introduced the time and motion study. Also in 1881, Gustav Traub made the first electric engine. In 1886, Carl Benz was the first to create a modern car.
In 1900, the Dodge brothers set up a car parts shop in Detroit, Michigan.
In 1901, Ransom E. Olds implemented the assembly line in the first mass-market car in history.
Also in 1901, King Camp Gillette introduced the disposable razor.
In 1903, Henry Ford began his third try at making automobiles.
The third time! Also in 1903, King Camp Gillette marketed the disposable razor in an interview by calling it a product that's easy to buy, easy to use, and easy to throw away.
In 1911, Frederick W. Taylor published a book called The Principles of Scientific Management. In 1912, the Dodge brothers created bodies for the Ford Model T. In 1913, Henry Ford perfected Ransom's method of the implementation of the assembly line. Also in 1913, the Dodge brothers decided to go on their own and build a car company named after them. In 1917, Henry Lawrence Gaunt further contributed to the theory of scientific management by creating the Gaunt chart. In 1918, half of all Americans who owned a car had a Ford Model T. In 1921, the United States was the first to have a drive-in restaurant.